What is up, guys, and welcome back to Valencia Career Mode, episode number 25. Today we have Las Palmas, as you see on the screen. We had Real Sociedad and we also have Schalke. The Real Sociedad game is obviously in the Cup, this one is in the League, and then the Schalke one is in the Champions League. And the two that are in obviously the Cup competitions are both second legs. So if we can obviously beat the teams, well, to be fair, when I say beat the teams, the Real Sociedad leg is basically done, I think, anyway. We beat them 2-1 last time in the first leg. So I think, if we can get a draw or a win anyway, I don't see us losing against them. We haven't lost against them in a while, and I don't see it happening now. Obviously with Schalke, we did have them last episode as well, in the round of 16. So, obviously that's in the Champions League. And I've said, obviously, last episode, they are my bogey team, Schalke, so it will be surprising if I go through against them, because normally when I do get them in competitions, I don't normally do good against them, so, hoping to kind of reverse that around and see if we can get through. I think, we've got the team to maybe be able to do that. It's just, will we play good? Because, to be fair, in the reverse fixture last time, Schalke was a really good game, so at home, hoping we have home advantage and see if we can get that win. Like I was saying, against Real Sociedad, we beat them 2-1 in the first fixture. So for me, that leg is already done. Because with the form that we're on and how we're playing, I just don't see him coming back in, and especially now we're at home. But anyway, on to this league game against Las Palmas, and obviously, as you see, we do get a second goal here. It was actually Warner, my new signing, the young German player from RB Leipzig. I'm trying to think where he was before that. I think he might have been at Bayern Leverkusen, if not. I'm not quite sure. He was at quite a big team before that, obviously until they bought him. But he actually, I think this is one of his first games, and he actually scored a really good goal first up. He used his pace, like I said last episode. That pace that he has will be vital for us, and he obviously used that in his first goal to put us 1-0 up. And then obviously, he scored from a corner, really good header from him to make it 2-0. But to be fair to him, Las Palmas did come back and actually score quite a good goal. Vieira it was. I think he's actually got a team with a season card. Well, the most consistent anyway. I'm guessing you might have a Liga BBVA, Liga Santander it is now. Team of the season card. I don't know if that, how that works like that. I'm not really up to date on that team now, because I haven't played it all this year, to be fair, surprisingly, because I actually did a bit of a series last FIFA with it on YouTube. We did about 7 episodes. It didn't go too well. It's just, I think this FIFA, I should have maybe started an Ultimate Team, because, they brought a lot of new things out. There was a lot of new cards, a lot of new kind of, different games to do. So I think, I should have maybe started on this one. But I can tell you now, there'll be definitely Ultimate Team next FIFA, because, I am wanting to try and see how I can do on it, because, I've been playing obviously the CPU for a long time now, and I haven't played many other people much, so I want to see how good I am at FIFA, because obviously, if you don't know, I do actually play Legendary on both career modes, on every career mode I do. So obviously people say that CPU is harder than obviously real life people, but for me, I think that's a bit different, because you learn kind of the CPU's mechanics, how they're gonna work, and I know obviously you can practice so you come really good against real life people, but people play a whole lot different to the CPU, and for me the CPU a lot of the time does play the same, and you find it quite easy to play him in the end. But anyway, we won that game against Las Palmas 3-1. We also beat a team called Legmas or something like that. I think they're kind of like bottom at the table or something. We beat them in a sim game also 3-1. And then, like I said, the reverse fixture against Real Sociedad, we did actually go 2-0 up, and as you see, we was unlucky, to be fair, with the first strike. It was Gaia. He actually, he got a good goal, to be fair. He doesn't normally get a lot of goals. I'd like him to get more, because he actually gets up the field quite a lot, which I do like, because I do like my fullbacks to attack. But, fair play to him for getting on the goal sheet, because like I said, he don't get up a lot and he don't get on as much as I want him to, but, he got a goal there, put us 2-0 up, and then this goal from bloody Gareth Bale, I mean, since he's come back from his injury, he's been class. He really has. When I first got him in the summer, and obviously up until his injury, I'm not kidding you, I thought about maybe even selling him, because for me, he wasn't that good. Last season we have we had Casalejo on the wing, and obviously he went to Chelsea in the end. And I mean, I couldn't turn that money down. It was like 63 million. But obviously, like I was saying, Casalejo was better than Bale up until Bale got injured, and now Bale's come back. He's been scoring goals left, right, and centre. Obviously, I named it last episode about him because he has been on very, very good form, and I'm so glad because he cost me a lot of money. I think it cost me about 65 million plus Oxlade-Chamberlain, and I really liked Oxlade-Chamberlain. I thought he was a really good player. I could play him in centre mid. I could play him on the wing. I could even play him in right back if I wanted. So for me, giving up Oxlade-Chamberlain was probably a bit harder than giving up that 65 million. But thank God, since he's come back from his injury, he has been scoring a few good goals. So thank you for that, Gareth Bale, because we needed him to be fair. He's our highest rated player, and as a highest rated player, we needed to do that. And speaking of him, he goes and puts us 1-0 up against Schalke. So as you see. Listen, crowd, he's back, he's on form, and like I said, I'm so glad he is. But anyway, as you saw in the game before that, Real Sociedad won 3-0. Like I said, easy game. Real Sociedad actually in the first season, season 1, they actually, I think, beat us both games in the league, which is quite funny now looking back, so I don't think they've won us since then. And, you can tell by that because they've been, we've been thrashing them. But this goal from bloody Schalke guy, I think it's the Ukrainian left back, Kolosanic or something like that. I mean, what a goal this is. On his left foot, it's unreal. That is an unreal strike. I'm watching it back now. That's crazy, that strike. It was Bergstaller. I've never heard of him in my life, but he gets him back into the game and obviously squares up the game and squares up the aggregate. So now it was even Stevens because we did have a goal advantage, an away goal, because obviously we drew 1-1 away. But I see Marco Reus does pick up the pieces, does get in the tap in, goalkeeper went in the net, I don't care, puts us 2-1 up, and he actually wins us the tie. And as you probably might see or clogged on, the games against Real Sociedad and the Schalke one, I only really showed the goals. It's just because it was funny because the last Parmas game, there was a lot of highlights, there was a lot of chances, but compared to these two last games, there weren't a lot of chances other than the goals, so it was just quite funny. But the main thing is, into the final of the Cup, we're into the quarterfinals of the Champions League, and but obviously on the top of the league by quite a few points. But anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the episode. If you have, please like and subscribe if you are new, and guys, I'll see you later. Peace!